Hello everyone, my name is Apiwe Dlamini and I am super excited to be bringing you our Pacinamix Women in Leadership. Africa Connect will be bringing you the phenomenal women that we have at Pacinamix, and of course, it's August and it's Women's Month and we're going to be shining the spotlight on the women at Pacinamix. The first person who we will be speaking to today is Nonhlanhla Mlangeni, who is the BUD. So let's get to it. Thank you, Noni, for giving me the time of day. I know you're a very busy woman, and I just would like to jump right into it. So how does Noni's day start?
So my morning or day starts quite simply. I wake up with a stretch, and I have my morning prayer and have a cup of coffee, and I just look at my kids who basically have invaded my bed. So I look at them and it's what keeps me sane in the morning.
Warms your heart.
It completely warms my heart.
That is so beautiful. So would you tell us about yourself? Who is Nonhlanhla?
So Nonhlanhla, before I'm a mother, I'm a daughter. I'm a lioness. I'm very independent. I'm a woman who loves challenges. But yeah, most of all, I'm very loving. I do like to have things done a certain way. So I think I'm just, I'm everything I could possibly, I would like to believe I'm everything I would love to be. And I would love to also say that I am a sister to my late brother. So I am all-encompassing of many things.
Condolences to you. So what is your role here at Pacinamix?
As you're all aware, I'm a business unit director. I lead the McDonald's account. My day literally is meetings, strategy, liaising with creatives and other partner agencies, but a lot of meetings. I sit in a lot of meetings, a lot of virtual calls, because this is the new normal. But it's a lot of strategizing. I think a lot of people think that my job is very glamorous, and unfortunately it's not as glamorous. It has its pros and cons. However, it comes with a lot of stress and detail and processes. So it is a lot of work.
Yeah. So with that in mind, how are you able to juggle being a mom and also working from home at the office as well during these trying times?
Look, it hasn't been easy. I think the one thing that's great about my personality is that I'm very flexible and agile.
Yeah.
However, the most important thing to me is my family. My children come first, no matter what. No work, there can never be a crisis that is bigger than me, bigger than stealing time away from my children.
Yeah.
I have managed to find a balance. Sometimes it doesn't work, but I think majority of the times I have found the balance with homeschooling, working virtually, and also trying to go to the office at least once or twice a week. But I do find that balance. I mean, balance is very important. Work-life balance is incredibly important in my world, and it needs to be respected. I think from a health and a mental perspective, it's incredibly important.
Yeah. And that has to do with a lot of leadership as well. So with your thoughts in mind and your thought process about women leadership, what do you have to say about that and about women taking up space?
I think women, we're getting there.
Yeah.
We have really upped the ante. I honestly wish we could, as women, be more empowered and more supported in the industry. I often say that we as women are called stubborn at times, and we're actually not stubborn, but it just shows our prowess. It shows that we have that leadership capability, and we can do anything because as women we are genetically inclined to be strong, process-driven planners, but we are very strong people that can, and very smart. I mean, a lot of women are very intelligent. out there. We just need to be given the platforms
Yeah.
on a bigger scale, and not just left to almost support the male species.
Yeah. And if you had to have dinner with 3 women, who would it be?
For me, it would be Michelle Obama, the late Mlangeni, Mandela, and Rosa Parks.
Why them?
I see a lot of my personality traits in the 3. I mean, there are many others, but I see the humility, the integrity, the intelligence, the assertiveness that I have. Often people misconstrue my quietness for just lack of, I'm not even sure, but you can tell that people sometimes feel that the lack of quietness is a weakness. For me, it's not a weakness. For me, it's strength.
Yeah.
It's power, because I don't need to constantly have my voice heard. My work, my ethics do the talking for me.
Yeah.
So I see a lot of that in the 3 ladies that I've mentioned.
I like what you said there about being quiet, because it's always the quiet ones who actually have the loudest thoughts.
100%. And we are. I mean, I always say to people, when I walk into a room, I don't need to scream and shout.
Yeah.
But when I speak, people listen.
Yeah.
So people listen to that. They listen to those that don't love the sound of their own voices, that don't want to be heard. But we are those people that I think make a difference, because we're not vain. We don't need to constantly be in people's faces and be boisterous.
Yeah.
It's not always a good thing to be boisterous and in people's faces. But I honestly believe that when I walk into a room, I command that respect. When I walk in there, I know people will take a look and people will listen.
I hear you. So, what is the advice that you would give somebody my age?
My advice would be the leader that you want to follow, but also be strong, be headstrong, always have perseverance, have faith.
Yeah.
You will fall, but you know, like Denzel Washington said the one day, fall 7 times, but you get up 8 times. Do that. I mean, no question is stupid. No failure is a failure. It's a learning. I've managed to get where I am, not because I did everything right, but I persevered and I fell and I learned. You've got to learn from experiences, but you've got to always be strong and just do what feels right. You know, that intuition, that 6th sense, pay attention to it, listen to it. Sometimes that gut feel is actually the one that you need to listen to, but always stay positive and work as best as you can, and you can only control what is within your control.
That is so true. So, besides myself, what would you tell 18-year-old Noni?
18-year-old Noni, I think I would have said to the 18-year-old Noni, go get your master's. I should have done that, but I got so excited and brainwashed by the excitement and the glam of advertising and marketing. But I'm not saying that I won't go back there. I definitely will go back there. I still have a lot of time. And my biggest thing is I need my daughters to know that education is key.
Yeah.
Education is power. And it doesn't matter how old you are, but education is key.
Okay. Well, now we're gonna have some fun questions. You just need to know more about Noni. So, if your life was a song, what song would it be?
I don't particularly have a song, to be honest. I think I enjoy artists. I enjoy good classical music.
Yeah.
So for me, your Earl Clues and your Gregory Porters, you know, your Kirk Wallums, Dave Cos, for me, those are my upliftment songs. Those keep me sane. And I think those songs have such an amazing message at times, you know, but I don't like noise. I constantly say to my children, when they listen to this music. I don't even remember, Cabela something.
Yes, Camila Cabello.
Yeah, and I always say to them, it's not music, it's noise.
Yeah.
You know, but I fortunately my children have learned to understand that
Yeah.
there's noise and there's music. You have to have a good palette for good music that actually will resonate with you in your journey, in your life.
Okay. I'd like to think you got that from one of your parents.
Yes and no. I think I've always been an independent child.
Yeah.
My dad always used to say to me, I'm an island, because I've always done things differently.
Yeah.
I don't follow the status quo. At my age, I think I've excelled. I've done very well for myself. I mean, and I wasn't spoon-fed. I wasn't given things on a silver platter, although I could have, but I worked hard for everything. For me, it's that fulfillment of I did this, I bought this, you know, so.
All right. And what's the book that changed your life?
This one, I'm going to be very honest with you. I don't think I've finished any book. I haven't really had time. I start a book and I stop. I think being a parent and also trying to balance work it's not always that easy. Time for me is not necessarily always there. But I think one of the recent books that I tried to read was Becoming by Michelle Obama, but I just haven't finished it. I have a whole lot of ebooks, I never get to finish them.
Trust, when you finish it, you will I think I understand why you said Michelle Obama, because it's a very fantastic book and it's an eye-opener. That's why a lot of people are saying she should run to become president because of all the things that she says in the book, and it's very relatable and it's pro-woman, of course.
Yeah.
So I think as soon as you finish it, I understand why you say Michelle Obama. So what is your favorite item of clothing and why?
So I don't have just one.
Okay.
I think it's my shoes and my handbags. Okay, actually, and my watches. I tend to collect those items.
Yeah, I understand. The watch is mine, yes. So what's your favorite watch brand?
I'm a timepiece kind of girl, but I just love anything that looks good. So I'll be honest, I'm not sure if I can even say this, but like I'm an Anne Klein. Why I like Anne Klein is because it's very simple, it's very elegant, it's classy. And that for me depicts my personality and who I am. I'm very under the radar. I don't like flashy. So anything that's very vintagey and classy and elegant stands out for me.
Right. And what's the one bad habit that you want to stop?
My OCD. I'm very OCD and I am a control freak. When I'm not in control, I do sometimes battle with it. Yeah, I think like my daughter's always said, my youngest, she's always said, Mommy, you need to stop being such a perfectionist and allow things to not be aligned. You know, and it's good advice. I mean, my daughter's 9 years old and she's already picked up my OCD behavior. But I battle with it. I love order. I love to plan. I'm a very organized kind of person. So I battle when things are not going according to the plan.
Okay. What are the 3 things that you can't live without?
My perfume, my shoes, my handbag. But more than anything, over and above everything, I think my children.
Yeah.
And that's a given.
Thank you so much for your time, Noni. I really appreciate it. I learned a lot. And I think we have a few things in common, which is a good thing, you know. Like, it's also the advice that you give me. You can also give other women my age. And also women your age as well, which is probably like young as well. So it's pretty much same thing.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you,
for your
Noni.
time. Thank you.
All right.